you'd like me to go. Wow, what sort of actions would you like to do? Oh, ow. That's not the point of this game. I was gonna show you the meaning to life and everything like that, but you just went and punched me in the face. You can't just do that. I don't want to be in this game anymore. Do you remember back in middle school or even elementary school when you would be in the computer lab and you'd have to do some sort of lesson on there? You'd wait until the teacher was not looking at you, then you'd go to your web browser, which was Internet Explorer 2.0, and you would open up an awesome Flash game that you could spend your time on. And then you forget that the audio's cranked up all the way, and then it plays really loud, and the teacher gets on to you, and you have to go to detention. No, that's not a real story. I was a good noodle. But I still remember the amazing wonder that I felt when I was on the computer and able to get to these awesome Flash games. A lot of them were block granted. I got this screen a lot when I was younger. But you know, there were some places that we were able to get past. And when we found a site that was able to get past that school educational blockage, then we were able to have a great time. And it was awesome. So let me just go and define what a Flash game is. Basically, a Flash game is any game that you can pretty much play on any browser or any platform on the internet. I mean, it's pretty simple because a lot of the coding and stuff like that, and the standardization really kind of was usable by a lot of different platforms, which is why Flash games became so popular, because you can play on pretty much anything, except on the Nokia. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Josh, what are you doing this video for? Like, what's the point? Everyone knows what a Flash game is. Yeah, but I'm feeling nostalgic, okay? Let me have my moment. Okay, I guess. And I'm going to go through a list here of some of the most amazing websites that I used whenever I was looking for Flash games, and leading up to one that actually was very important in not only my internet career, but also like my YouTube career, because it played such a big part in what I basically became. First up is addictinggames.com, and I do not recognize this page because it did not look like this whenever I was younger. It had this huge list, but it wasn't as, I would say, dark looking as it is now. Naughty. Save that for later. Even now, I'm recognizing some of these awesome things like the Impossible Game, Max Dirt Bike, freaking Kitten Cannon. Honestly, I'm really amazed that Addicting Game is still out there. I feel like the last resort, basically. One of the next big sites that we used a lot when I was younger was Miniclip. Freaking, I loved Miniclip so much. Super hot. Excuse me? Super. Oh my god, Jesus. Wow, that was very laggy. And then Armor Games. This one, I think this is actually the one that had the awesome opening bit that would often play right before the game. Oh no, we could not detect that Flash was enabled for your browser. The game requires Adobe Flash to play. Also, that's probably another reason why they call them Flash games. Jesus. Why didn't it play the intro? Which gaming place had that little intro with the sword and shield? I'd assuming it would have been Armor Games. Maybe that's only whenever it's playing on another site. I really don't know. So those first sites were basically sites that I went to whenever I first started out finding those games. I would just literally look up Flash games, and then like mini clips or Armor Games or freaking Addicting Games would come up, and I was like, Then as school started to crack down on those, we had to start getting creative with how we did our gaming. Which leads me on to my next awesome Flash game, which was Line Rider. I adore this game so much because I feel like it is such a creative outlet for how games should be. Because you could create basically your own stage on this game, and wait, why'd you go through that platform? That's not what you were supposed to do. You shouldn't go through. What? It doesn't make sense. You're supposed to just. Do I have to connect it closer? What? That doesn't make sense. Freaking, I'm gonna spend more time trying to get this thing working than anything. And y'all are gonna be like, Josh, what happened to the rest of the video? And I'm gonna be like, shut up! Alright, you better not go through it this time, I swear. I swear if you go right through this one, I'm gonna be... What? Line Rider has failed me. I tried to make a stage for y'all, but Line Rider failed me. It never failed me in middle school. It probably did. I was just too caught up in the wonder of it probably to care. And I think there was another version of this game called like Line Flyer or whatever. I often got those confused whenever I would go looking for a game to play. You know, thanks, Armor Games. I'm only trying to show people on the... Oh. Thank you for loading it. I feel like a kid again because I'm actually enjoying all of these Flash games. And I think that's actually the interesting part about it because, you know, you go back to a lot of these old games and they're still actually really fun. Flash games are just so unique in the fact that it's not super complicated to make one, but you can always make something super unique with it. Next on to another big gaming Flash area, Newgrounds. Newgrounds for me was something that was so interesting because it had so many different reasons for being on the internet. You know what I mean? It had like games, little Flash movies and stuff like that. You had people like Eagle Raptor getting their start on sites like this, where people could upload their own freaking animations and stuff like that. It was freaking crazy. And I adored this site because some of the games were unique to Newgrounds. And a lot of them were purposely put here because this was one of the biggest Flash game sites to exist. And people really put a lot of awesome time and effort into these games. A lot of these are giving me like flashbacks to some of these games that I've played because I recognize that purple dude there. I don't know why I recognize that purple dude, but I do. I also recognize that freaking green guy right there. It's like reaching into the psyche of Jawunleashed here. Now, I want to talk about some disappointments that I've run into while I was getting ready for this video. So y'all all know that Nickelodeon and Disney Channel had amazing Flash games on them back in the day. If you go to these sites now, they're so freaking lame. It's literally just the shows, and if you go to the games on Disney now, look at this. You got 6 games now, Disney. What happened to the Amazing Sandwich Stacker? What happened to the Amazing Sweet Life of Zack and Cody maze kind of thing? What happened to your games on this site? And I honestly had a lot of good times with these games because they were so cool. Now all you got is Starlight Sprint and Muppet Babies. And it's so upsetting because a lot of those games were really cool. Where did they go? I don't know. Disney probably put them on the guillotine or something like that. Got rid of them. But now you see Disney now becoming so mainstream, I guess. I don't know what to call it, but they lost a lot of their whimsical nature, if you know what I mean. Like, a lot of those cool games that they had are gone, and now I'm going to add this side to my block list. And a similar situation happened with Nickelodeon. There were so many cool games on here as well, but now all they have is freaking apps. And some of those games aren't even that great. When SpongeBob moves in, why is he moving into my house if he doesn't pay rent? Oh, you think Henry Danger Crime Warp is gonna be the next big hit? No. We have Pokemon Go for that. No one's gonna go on Nickelodeon or Disney Channel to freaking go play any games anymore because they suck. You don't need your parents' permission to go on Disney Channel because you're not gonna wanna go on Disney Channel anymore. I'm getting upset about Flash games on children's sites. What's wrong with me? I guess it's because I'm just so passionate about how they used to be, you know? And now, are y'all ready to see my absolute favorite Flash game site? The one that started it all, the one where I actually came up with the name Jawunleashed. This site that I'm going to be talking about next is one of the coolest sites I have ever played on. And this site stayed almost exactly the same since I've started playing on it. I don't see any big changes on this website. I'm talking about Kongregate.com. Probably the most amazing Flash game site to exist. And I'm saying that even for Newgrounds. That's saying something. Back at the very end of 2008 and very early 2009, I found this website with me and my cousins while we were at our grandmother's work, just playing some games online. We were playing stuff like mini clips and addicting games, but then we stumbled upon this website, and we saw this register button, and we were like, whoa, what is that? And me and my cousin started playing the games, right? Like, we just hopped in a couple games, Balloon Tower Defense, Interactive Buddy, and then we saw...
What is your inspiration?
God dang it, I don't want to see an ad. But when we started playing, we noticed this: become a Kongregate member for free. Sign up now to save your badges, points, and progress. And we were like, badges, what are you talking about? It's just a Flash game. What are you talking about? But then we started playing the games and the badges would pop up and say, you completed this challenge, you get some points, but you don't have an account so you can't save them. Me and him looked at each other, we were like, whoa, what is this? We were so mesmerized by the idea of being able to get badges and earn points for doing things in a game that we were like, immediately sign up now. So we signed up. And that's where I came up with the name Jawunleashed. And this was the first site that I had officially used the name Jawunleashed. And it was actually my first introduction really into like some form of social media, some form of being able to show myself online, you know what I mean? You could customize so much about yourself in this area that it was freaking amazing. But I earned so many badges, I commented on so many posts. For some weird reason, I got 3,108 fans. Why aren't they subscribed to me? They're not real fans. But on Kongregate, you could have your own profile and basically show off your achievements on this site in Flash games. It was freaking, it blew my mind as a child. And for a while, I actually became very popular on the site. I would go into some websites and people be like, oh my god, it's Jawunleashed! I'd be like, oh, hold on guys, one at a time. I'll sign autographs, I'll take pictures, just one at a time. It really wasn't like that, but like the child wonder in me really felt it was that way. And like I said, this site basically got me into this whole social media aspect of things. And when I created that name, it stuck with me. I thought that was the most fascinating name that I could ever come up with. Because A, I like sharks. And B, freaking sharks are awesome, okay? And C, my name is Josh, so Jaw kind of was there. It doesn't make much sense, but it's fine. But that's where my inspiration came from. But the whole point of this video was to kind of get to Kongregate and show you that without Flash games, I don't think I would have come up with the name Jawunleashed. Because I think it was at that point something that was so instinctive of a response. Because my cousin asked me, so Josh, what are you going to be naming yourself? Jawunleashed. Like, I came up with it relatively quickly and just really out of the blue. So, I don't know, maybe it was just something so instinctive about that point in my life where I was just like, Jawunleashed, yeah! So, yeah, that was the point of this video, to get to a point where, to show you just how impactful I feel like Flash game sites were to me. Stuff like Miniclips, Addicting Games, Kongregate, RuneScape, they all had such a big impact on my life in some way, shape, or form ever since I was younger. And while they didn't really give me the love for video games, I hand that over to the Nintendo 64, I feel like they kind of cemented the fact that I was going to be an internet personality, you know? But yeah, Flash games are awesome. That's the motto. And yeah, that's basically the end of this video. I'm going to do something weird in the outro, I'm sure, but for right now, I'm legitimately going to go play some Flash games. Like, you think that's a joke, and you think that's kind of an ending bit, but no, I'm going through my favorites on Kongregate, and I'm like, I want to play these games. I had great taste in games when I was younger. But yeah, y'all stay awesome. See y'all in the next video. Dear YouTube, I'm in need of some food and water. I've been playing Flash games for 20 years straight at this moment. A person can only survive for 20 years without food and water, so I'm pretty sure I'm actually dead, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to playing Age of War.